is breaking news.
And let's listen in to Port Orange Police.
Gunshot wounds inside the store, and they were transported immediately to area hospitals for treatment. The investigation is active at this time. It's ongoing. We'll be giving updates when possible. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of everybody involved tonight. As you understand, we're out there trying to notify the families right now, so as soon as we can get more information, we're going to update you as soon as we can.
Are you able to tell us how they're doing, the two Walgreens employees who were shot?
I haven't gotten an update yet. I'm going to soon, hopefully, and I'll be releasing a press release. Hopefully, I'll be able to give you more information at that point.
Any relationship between the suspect and this Walgreens?
I couldn't comment at this time. I was out there with you guys in the rain trying to get information so it can at least update the public and let you all know what was going on.
We have heard that this might have involved a pharmacist and a pharmacy tech. Are you guys able to elaborate on who these employees were?
All I have right now is 2 store employees. They were transported for treatment, and their families are being notified at this point, so we're not really giving updates until that is done.
Do we know what started this shooting?
Too early to tell. Like I said, as soon as I get an update, I'm going to be doing a press release, and if I get more information beyond that, I'll continue doing so to keep you updated.
Did witnesses say if the suspect said anything, either before he was shooting, while he was shooting?
Fortunately, there were no customers inside the store at the time of the shooting. So we don't have much information from that, other than the 2 people that were shot and they were transported, so.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that? You just mentioned that this was an active shooter call. That was what you guys were responding to. No one else being in the store. I mean, this could have been much worse.
It could have been much worse, and thank God that it was not.
What stopped it from becoming a much worse situation? Did people spring into action to help? Or?
Combined efforts from law enforcement, from POPD and other surrounding agencies, and their quick response, I think, helped quell the situation. It was 5:26. It was dispatched, and it was almost immediate that they were on scene.
Do you believe these 2 employees were targeted?
I couldn't comment further at this point. Like I said, I'm going to be doing another press release shortly, and as new information is given to me, I'm going to update throughout.
Did the shooter take his life before or after police arrived on the scene?
Police arrived on scene. He was found deceased in a parking lot. And if we get more information as I go again, I'm going to be updating.
Is there anything that we know at this point about the suspect?
I do not, but as soon as we can release additional information, I will.
Do you have an approximate age?
I do not.
And we just broke into our programming. If you could just kind of recap again, just that information in the beginning that you shared for the public that's watching now.
At approximately 5:26 p.m., our officers were dispatched to an active shooter call at the Walgreens, 1526 Dunlawton, 1625 Taylor Road, I'm sorry. And again, the same information as before. The officers from Port Orange and surrounding agencies responded very quickly. The shooter was found deceased in the parking lot from a gunshot wound, and like I said, additional information will be updated throughout the night.
Do you know where on that person they were shot?
I do not.
Talk about how rare something like this is here in Port Orange. I mean, we don't go up here a lot.
This is something that does not typically occur in our city. Again, once I have additional information, I'm going to give it out to you, but this is not something that we would normally occur. By the grace of God, we had a lot of officers in the area, and they were able to respond quickly.
Are you reaching out to Volusia County for assistance?
Volusia County responded as well. The agencies that were nearby, I did see other agencies on scene. I can't comment how many responded, but officers, when they hear calls like this, they typically respond quickly.
Any information about the gun this individual used?
No, sir.
And you may have mentioned this. Was the suspect a man? I think you mentioned that. I just want to make sure.
Say again?
Was the suspect a man?
As far as I know, the deceased is a male.
Okay. And the 2 victims, do you know if they're men or women?
I'm not releasing any additional information on the victims until the families are spoken to.
As far as the victims, minor injuries, critical injuries?
I do not know the extent of their injuries yet. I know they were bad enough to be transported to area hospitals, so I'm waiting for an update just as you are. As soon as we can, we'll try to let you guys know.
So there's only employees in the store. Do you know how many employees?
As far as I know, there were two that were shot and possibly one or two more, but I haven't gotten an update on how many were in the store at the time.
And again, you don't know if the suspect has a criminal history.
I can't even comment on the suspect at this point.
Are you able to confirm any speculation that this started over an argument over insurance?
No, I couldn't confirm that for you right now.
Are you able to say, I mean, not obvious, but it appeared to be premeditated?
Again, the investigation's ongoing. We have our criminal investigations division out there, numerous officers, command staff, everybody's out there doing the investigation right now. I responded to the scene as quick as I could to get information, to try to get it back out for you guys in the press and to let everybody know what was going on in the area. So as soon as I get an update, I will do a press release for you guys and get it out there.
Do we have an estimate of how many people may have been in the store at the time of the shooting?
Again, as I said earlier, fortunately, there were no customers inside the store at the time. One was in the parking lot, getting ready to enter the store when it occurred, and did not.
Has the investigation now expanded to the suspect's home?
That I don't know yet. As soon as I get information from the scene, I'll try to update you. Everybody else?
Again, you
Thank-
don't know if he was local to the area?
I do not know yet. As I said, I got as much information as I could so we could push it out to the public. We wanted to make sure everybody was aware of what was going on. Obviously, there was a large police presence, and we wanted to make you all know what happened.
Are you in possession of surveillance video from inside the store?
I do not know what they have yet. Okay, guys. Any other questions?
How long do you guys anticipate being out there? I'm sure, I don't know if the rain's hindering.
As a
you guys.
prior detective, 15-plus years at this agency, they might be out there for hours. To give you an estimate would be unfair because you can't tell. All right. Good night, everybody, and thank you for coming.
You've just been listening in to Port Orange Police give an update on the shooting investigation that they're working in that area at a Walgreens. This is still very early on in the investigation. There's obviously still a lot of unanswered questions. There's a lot they don't know, a lot that they won't share with us right now. But what we do know is two people, employees of the store, sounds like they were transported to the hospital with gunshot wounds, and the suspect is dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
We also learned that no customers were inside when all of this happened. Of course, we do have multiple crews that are working this story. As we find out more about those victims, we'll pass it on to you on WESH.com and the WESH News mobile app. And of course, be sure to join us tonight at 10 on TW18 and 11 o'clock right back here on